Alright, time to get this rolling. Welcome to Procedural Powerhouses, Episode 2. Today's episode, Terraria. Terraria is actually a really fun game. This one is from Relogic. I've been playing it for a little while now, and there's actually a really interesting thing about it. So, there's a game I happen to play, you may or may not have heard of it, called EverQuest Next Landmark. And it's actually the kind of building precursor slash tools almost for the next upcoming game, EverQuest Next. And both of those games are going to be focused heavily on a procedurally generated world and a non-static creature set. So in most MMOs, the world's pretty much static and the creatures are pretty much static. All the mining and resource nodes are going to pop up in the same place, plus or minus a little variation. The same enemies are usually going to occupy the same area throughout the lifespan of the game. That's a little bit different here. I mean, there's definitely regions where certain enemies do specifically appear, but there's no necessarily set pattern to it. They kind of come randomly and at intervals, and there's different modifiers which can increase the rate at which they're coming at you or change other features about them. So there's a lot of randomization going on. It's really cool, and it just adds a whole lot of variety to every single gameplay. No run I've had on Terraria has been anywhere remotely similar to a different run that I've had. So instead of blathering on for a little bit here, I think I'm gonna get started. So I'm just gonna load up one of my more powerful players here and show off the some of the previous worlds I've been in, just to kind of highlight the features. So a lot of these places I haven't even been in since many of the updates and features were put in. So a lot of the stuff that I'm doing here is stuff I've done before, and this is worlds I've been in before. It's just I haven't done it since they added the map recording and mini-map features that they have now. So it's really neat. I can't remember if this is the world where I flooded hell or not, but I definitely flooded hell in one of the worlds. Was it this one? We'll see. Of course, these enemies aren't doing anything at all to me. I guess it's also repopulated the world with items and stuff, so that's kind of neat. So I've actually changed biomes. It's got different music to it. The enemies look different properties to it. It's pretty cool. And I'm not going to go in too deep there. I'm just going to kind of cover the surface for the moment and then show off some cooler stuff afterward. This is desert biome here. I guess I'm in a bit of jungle biome here. Some of the these plant creatures. All right. Let's see. Yeah, it's a pretty gigantic world. Yeah, I think this is the large size world. Maybe it'd be better if I go up and get some breath. Ooh. I'm drowning you. Not sure I had some sort of swimming equipment. Let me check my gear here. Let's put that up here though. Oh yeah, grants the ability to swim. Yeah, I'll swap that for the flippers. That'll make this a lot easier. I thought sure I had flooded hell on this one though. I guess not. Maybe I did it on the other side? Well, I'll travel to the other side and check. I know I flooded hell on one of these large worlds. Maybe it wasn't this one. It was fun though. I mean, maybe I'll just flood hell on one of my other worlds anyway, just to show what it's all about. Because it's really fun to do. Anyway, now that there's some light, you can see the background's kind of changed. The grass looks different. The trees look a little different. They still just produce the same kind of wood. It all just produces, regular wood as far as I'm aware. Oh no, I guess this is rich mahogany. So there are a couple of different types of wood. I wonder if there's more, or if it's just the two. I'll have to chop down some more trees to find out. It's been a little while since I really played the game. This is a pretty old character at this point that I went through the entire game with a long while back. No, maybe I'll keep going deeper. See what's up. And I didn't dig this chasm. This is that procedurally generated world design kind of taking effect. All of this stuff it's randomized. The copper that's in there, all the other metals and stuff you'll find along the way. It was all randomized and generated when the world was created, and I guess re-randomized after one of these patches came through. There's a lot of different ways. See, okay, so there's some gold. There's, what's that, some iron. I had actually one of the runs where I had a full set of gold equipment and tools before I had enough to make one silver item. That was kind of a funny one. Alright. So I'll just keep on going deeper just to show, once again, procedural generation at work. I can always exit back to the start point whenever I want to. What kind of arrow? arrows. Oh, I should probably make some more arrows at some point. Not right this second. So there's this kind of funny technique you can do to create breathing spots. Jungle spores. Yeah, it's just also some of the materials and such that you get in one region versus another determines the the variation. So not necessarily mud blocks appearing in jungles, but definitely those jungle spores. You're not going to find those anywhere else. Oops. There we go. When it's sand or another material that just kind of collapses, you can't really make those breathing spots. So down in the lower right there, that purple spot is, I believe, some demonite ore. I don't really need it now, but it's one of the more powerful materials you get earlier in the game, and it's needed to make some of the more powerful stuff to finally be able to beat the bosses and stuff in the earlier sections. Alright, I'm just gonna warp back to the start. So then where do I build up my infrastructure on this one, I wonder? If I don't even have a spawn point defined. I shall find it. Maybe I built it deep on this one, or maybe I built it to the sky on this one. I'll try this tunnel of mine here. Oh, it certainly goes down a ways, doesn't it? Normally these types of blocks would cook you if you stand on it, but I've got some sort of items equipped that protect against it. Even though I've got high tier items, the enemies here still take a couple of hits to kill. It's still not just one shot domination. They can still inflict some amount of damage if I actually sit around and let them. Whoops. That almost hit me. Alright, so I've got this path here, but it doesn't really explain where where my actual infrastructure is at. I'll just keep on heading to the right, and if I can't find anything, I'll just move on to a different world. I believe this one actually is still a regular difficulty. I don't think this one actually made it to the second level of difficulty, and I would notice that if it was if it had a couple of certain biomes, when you actually defeat one of the bosses, it turns it to hard mode, and this giant V is cut through the entire map that adds two biomes to it that weren't previously in the world. Which is like the holy area, and I think the other one's like the extra evil area. Each one comes with extra items and extra creatures and all sorts of fun stuff. So here's the tower. Now the fun thing about the tower here is when you come to it at night, you can fight a boss. It's really tough to beat solo. It'll generally beat the crap out of people until they really prepare. But once you finally beat that boss, you're actually allowed to descend. And there's some really nice equipment that you can find in here, especially a lot of stuff for If you've got a lot of mana pool built up, a lot of really powerful spell books and such can be found here. There's also trap material here. I can actually grab these spikes and deploy them elsewhere in the world. And if I'm not mistaken, they actually damage enemies too. So if I can put it in a place where enemies go, they'll slowly impale themselves on it. Ouch. They do significant amount of damage. It's a light switch. If I put on this tool here, I can actually see where the wires are connected between the two things, and then even use various things. I think I just grabbed those with the pick or drill. I don't think I actually need a special tool to grab those, but the wire to locate it and either steal it or deposit it, or pick it up from things that you've already used it. You definitely need the pliers there. So those are a really nice tool to get, and as soon as you can, get it because it's useful. This person's down here again. Lever. So they've got all sorts of stuff here. They've got the wire tool there, so if I didn't have one, I'd be able to purchase it from that merchant. And I believe that merchant, now that I've contacted them, will potentially show up in housing if I actually build it. But I don't know if I'm going to build it in this world. I think this was one just to see how tough the bosses were at some point or something. Doesn't look like I really explored this one thoroughly. Is that gold key in there? Ooh, those are actually useful. So each of these dungeon tower places are procedurally generated. As you can see, it goes really deep. It is, truly a biome of its own. If I hadn't defeated the boss before I got to any of the cool stuff, he would have just instituted me somewhere on the way down. You can still get some of the books and stuff from the higher sections of the tower, but until you defeat the boss, you can't really get into the lower depths here. Another golden key. Awesome. Random crap items to throw away. The reason why the enemies keep coming at me, by the way, is because of that blue torch over there, which increases enemies' aggro rate and such. Oh, what the hell did I do? I guess I accidentally clicked the loot all button or something. This is getting silly. What kind of blocks do I have handy? Sand, yeah, sand will do. Maybe it won't. There we go. Some respite for a moment. guess I can. Oh, that's not doing me any good. Do my drill end up in here? Yeah. No wonder I'm having so much trouble with this. Yeah. That loot all deposit all is dangerous. I'm already full on life. Purple paint, I don't really need that. Sure. Let me destroy these guys. And finish grabbing my stuff. Meteor hammer. And yeah. Alright. I'm just gonna go back out. Now, that Eye of Cthulhu thing that I found. If I use it, I believe it summons a boss. Let's see. Yep. Where you at? Where you at? Oh, you don't like the sword, do you, buddy? Yeah, I'll just use the repeater while I've got some ammo. Normally I would make some sort of scaffolding to help me with them. But he can't really hurt me at all. He cannot do any damage to me, so I'll just keep on going through with the sword until he's dead. Maybe I'll use the magic again. And that's that. Alright, so I'm going to head over to a different world. There's not as much to show you on this one. This one's got some progress to it. Yeah, this one's got a little bit of infrastructure and stuff built up. If I'm not mistaken, the switch that I have here makes these all fire every second. It also alternates the torches for it. Whoops. And notice that I'm in Happy Land right now with the rainbows and stuff everywhere. There we go. And these go for a long way, by the way. Oh wow, really, a wyvern? Hmm. I need to get some health somewhere. This is not looking good. And I just poisoned myself. Great. I think this jerk might actually get to kill me. I haven't fought one in forever. Yeah. he got the best of me there. I wonder if he's still around or not. I feel like I've got some more powerful weaponry somewhere. 49. No. Maybe I just need to make myself more arrows and fire recklessly. That could be it. Or they might have scaled up some of the enemies since the last time I played. There's not much in the way of metals in my inventory. Nah. That wasn't what I came to show you anyway. Though I will show you what's up there real quick, even though I'll probably get destroyed by a wyvern again. I guess I'm really high up in the world. Yeah. What is that? Is that an arena that I created? It might have been. Yeah, that's right. I remember this. I think this was the arena that I created to fight wyverns in. I probably used the bouncy water bolt spell to help me. I mean, I'm way at the top, so I got a long ways down to go here. That's not a elevator. This might be. And I'll travel across the surface a little bit and show what the extra fancy world is all about. Standard evil zone. Those flying things that drop the slimes are probably the only real addition since the you know, the easy version, I guess, the normal version before it goes hard. Meteorite area. Meteorite's pretty cool. There's all sorts of neat stuff you can make with it, and there's ways you can kind of work with it and exploit it to you know, use this amount somewhere else and have as much meteorite harvesting as you want. With those little jerks, they take a lot of damage to kill if you don't have really powerful weapons, but my weapon's kind of powerful, so it just destroys them. They come from a long ways away, and if you don't have something that kills them quickly, they can get kind of dangerous. Not for this character. So I'll just go down in this one for a moment just to show you that it's, you know, laid out completely differently from the last one. Some nice welcoming spikes there. Ouch. And this one, you actually, I would almost say, requires a grappling hook just because they have way more spikes laid out than the other one I was in. Ouch. Jerks. Yeah. I don't really need to hang out in here too long. You get the idea. This one, I would say, is definitely a tougher version than the previous one, but I don't believe it was made that way from the event which put the game into hard difficulty. It was the just procedurally generated that way, to be really mean. What was that? Goblin Scout? I think that means a goblin attack might be coming soon. Goblin invasions are fun. They're just pouring out of everywhere coming after you. And they leave these spike ball items behind, which are actually really, really powerful. What happened to the ocean here? I drained it. I drained it somewhere. And then I refilled it, apparently. Oh yeah, I refilled it so I could try to get the helmet or whatever from the sharks. Oh, a duck. Hehe. Some shark farming territory here. Yeah, I don't need to go any further there. I'm going to go across to the other side of the world and then see if I have a elevator that'll take me down. And let me show you the flooded version of hell, which is quite comical. So there's another one of those Harpy Islands with the special treasures. In the smaller worlds, they're not only less of them, but I think they're actually smaller in size. The larger worlds, I believe they not only do have more of them, but they're definitely much bigger and might even have more treasure nodes to them, or certainly more spots of gold potentially, or whatever gold variant you might have for that world. Those wisps are something that comes out of the happy area here, the holy zone or whatever. Make sure I don't impale myself. There we go, impaling myself. Huge sucker. What is that green thing? Cursed flames? Wow, that thing did a ton of damage. Okay, I actually have to pay attention out there. I'm gonna make some arrows first. Pearl wood, huh? I wonder if those make different types of arrows. Can I get rid of to make some room here? Jungle spores. What the heck did I just get instead? Acorn. No. Alright. Let's see what some of this stuff can be turned into. If you don't cut a tree down at the base, it takes just as many strokes, but it leaves a stump. Is that? I guess that's not one of the crafting stations right there. Let's try right here. And make basic arrows here. I can make unholy arrows. Not the arrows, though. I wonder if I need that to make it. Pro wood and rich mahogany. But no arrows. What the heck do I need for arrows? Do I need stone or something? I tell you, it's been a while since I've played. Oh, maybe I'll just buy them from somebody. Which one of you schlubs has some arrows? Shot. No. Yeah, you get arrows. Buy up 100. A few hundred arrows. I don't care. How many more can I get? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now then, time to get back to adventuring. So, so I'm gonna travel along the surface here, see if I can find that gold that I dropped earlier when I got punched by those critters. That was it. Normally, I'd run back and grab those falling stars because they're needed to increase your mana pool, but I honestly couldn't care less. Yes, those are flying laser snails. If you couldn't see there. What I did over there. Maybe I needed to get under some water to get some materials. So these just produce standard wood. Okay. So I guess Terraria does actually have different tiers of wood in it. I didn't realize I had gotten to that point with it. And that's great. Oops. Get out of my way while I'm chopping. And that's where my switch with the arrows ends. I should probably put some sort of a warning there or something. More of this evil zone. I think that's my phone being juiced. These produce regular wood? No, Avon wood. Okay. Good to know. So they really have changed out the wood. When the game first came out, I believe there was just the one wood and that was it. So it's really nice to see. Oh, there's a second meteor down on this one. Great. It's really nice to see it. They've upped the game with the wood, and that's actually something I'm really excited for in EverQuest Next Landmark, because right now they've only got basically one tier of wood plus another one just for aesthetic purposes, I suppose. So here's the other side of the ocean here. I didn't drain this one down, I see. Or maybe I did. I don't know. There's a trident in there. Anyway, it's kind of surface at a glance here. Really, a lot of that evil zone. So I'm just gonna, whoops. I'm just gonna start descending here. Nope, once again, that's not the way. This is a little area I created just for farming up the meteorites. There's just enough meteorite that I think it's 50 blocks, and they'll start to come instead of other enemies. So I guess the one thing to add on to that, I should probably bring some of those blue candles, which increase the spawn rate of enemies in the area. Oh yeah, those are fun. There's actually a switch right there, and these are active blocks that can be turned on and off. I don't believe that's how I got down. I'm surprised there isn't just a straight line elevator somewhere. But it could have gotten messed up from the biome world change thing too. I'm not sure. Alright, continuing along. No, that would take forever actually. Oh, I think I see where I've got it. Alright, I gotta switch. That was me to keep doing that. Blech. Nope, that's not it. This looks more like it. Not quite a straight line. But there are sections where it does kind of go straight. I think it's not a straight line because I had to keep compensating for water. Those unholy arrows. Slag sounds. And some mithril, yeah. Mithril. It's one of the higher tier materials. I don't really need it, but I'll just collect it because it's here. And it's another. Wow. I didn't realize how much damage he was doing. Hmm. Oh well. Hmm. You know what? I think I'm going to start up a new character in a new world here to show you what it's like from the start. Because all of this higher level stuff, it's fun, but it's not really. It doesn't really show the experience of the game quite as well.